Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of IWC. Today we're discussing the proper usage, care, and maintenance of the IWC Pilot's Watch Chronograph Top Gun Miramar, reference 3890-02. This ceramic automatic winding watch can nevertheless be manually wound by threading the crown out to the first position and then turning it in clockwise direction until the advance of the constant seconds at 6 o'clock can be observed. At this point, you can thread the crown back in, flush the case, and wear the watch, as the natural course of motion on the wrist will wind the timepiece up to its 68-hour rated power reserve. Should you wish to wind the watch to full power reserve, simply continue winding. Due to a bridal-style mainspring, this automatic watch cannot be overwound. The mainspring will simply slip and relieve any excess pressure at the limit. Now, once the watch has been wound up, two refinements allow for precise setting as well as date selection of the timepiece. The watch features a quick set date such that in the second position, once threaded out, you can rapidly cycle the date disc to correct should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. Moreover, you can see the movement of the constant seconds at 6. When the crown is pulled to extremity, the balance stops and the halt allows the watch to essentially be set precisely to the second against a known accurate reference time such as an atomic clock. Now, once the watch has been wound, the date's been selected, and the time has been set, it's important to screw the crown back into its flush position. The quick set date comes with one caveat for functional sake, and this is the observance of the 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. jumping window. This is when the watch is preparing to jump the date. From 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., never use the quick set function on the date, as attempting to change the date when the watch is engaged in turnover can damage the movement. With respect to water resistance, this timepiece is rated at 6 ATM 60 meters by IWC, and IWC advises that this is sufficient for swimming and most water sports, with certain caveats. The first being that leather straps, such as this embossed calfskin, it has the look of textile, but it is leather, should never be exposed to water. Moisture can rapidly degrade this porous natural material. Prior to using in water, be sure to put the watch on a textile strap available from IWC. It's also important to note that the crown must be threaded in completely and none of the functions actuated when the watch is wet or submerged, as this can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the watch. Should you see any condensation within the watch, evidence that moisture is inside, immediately take it to an IWC authorized service center, such as an independent dealer or a boutique, to rectify the situation rapidly, lest cosmetic and mechanical damage set in catastrophic fashion. It's also important to note that water resistance is not a static feature of a watch. Whether you're talking about the sapphire seal, the pusher and crown seals, or the case back seals, all of these age, as do the lubricants used to achieve the hermeticity. IWC recommends having the watch water tested on an annual basis to ensure hermeticity as rated from the factory is retained. The watch, in addition to a 68-hour power reserve and automatic winding, features a flyback chronograph mechanism. It can be used as a conventional chronograph, so started and stopped with the pusher at 2 o'clock and then reset with the pusher at 4, but because it is a flyback, it can also be actuated somewhat out of sequence compared to a conventional chronograph, as the pusher at 4 can be actuated to reset and restart the chronograph in a single motion without hazard to the movement. It's also important to note that, as with all functions of the watch, this not be used when the watch is wet or submerged. Furthermore, it's important to note that although every IWC pilot's watch features a robust soft iron paramagnetic cage around the movement within the watch, thus endowing it with remarkable magnetic resistance, nevertheless, extreme cases such as exposure to MRI equipment may magnetize the hairspring. Should you suspect that this has occurred, take it to an IWC authorized retailer where specialized equipment is available to demagnetize the hairspring on the spot. With respect to service, IWC recommends that their timepieces be serviced every 2 to 5 years depending on general condition, usage, and performance. Now, IWC recommends only using an authorized service center due to the fact that authorized dealers and factory-owned boutiques have exclusive access to the trained personnel, specialized equipment, and original factory replacement parts to preserve the value and functional integrity of your IWC timepiece. You can see the manuals for this IWC Pilot's Watch Chronograph Top Gun Miramar as well as the entire Pilot line on the manufacturer's homepage, IWC.com, under the service header, or call our experts at GovbergWatches.com, and they will cheerfully walk you through step by step the usage, care, and maintenance of this IWC timepiece.